Hopefully not to me.
To me?
No, sorry, it wasn't to you. How did you respond?
That's what I did. sorry.
Anyway, what's the line that I didn't like so much?
Oh, she liked the line you were saying.
It's regarding a...
She said, I don't know how Trevor Nunn does it, but
exactly.
I had my own prompt. She had a cattle prod. So that was the line that drew her into our clutches.
Joy's storyline is... You can use that one. Yeah. Joy's story, or you can just shout. You're quite loud.
Yeah.
Be all right. Joy's particularly dark storyline.
It is, yes. I mean, that's down to Dawn. Miss Dawn French, Lady French, who's over there.
Who is with us tonight, ladies and
There she
gentlemen.
is. I don't know whether you realise, but when you see it, it can completely convincingly play totally unhinged, but with such a winning smile, beautiful grace. But that's what is fantastic about the part of Joy. We had, we really hoped Don would do it right from the start. We had it written, and Don did the read-through for us when we first had it. Was trying to get it commissioned. And that was great, I think, because I think we managed to. It was a trick, really. We thought, well, if we've got, it's quite dark, and we weren't sure whether the dark was in at the BBC. We thought, if we've got the Vicar of Dibley in it, literally the Vicar of Dibley, they'll say, oh, it's all right. But we got her under the wire, and it turns out not quite like as fluffy as that.
What was it when you first went to the BBC with Psychoville and explained it to them? What was their reaction?
Well, they were very intrigued, just because it was a thriller and a mystery, and it had a question mark at the end. So we'd written the first one, and it was the ending, and then they said, well, what happens? What happens next? Only just because they wanted to know. I said, well, we don't know. I've written it. Commission it. You can write it. So then we wrote. Then we'll write another two. So we had to write another two, and then we did a script reading of it. And we went to a theatre in Notting Hill. And it was much more extravagant than a normal read-through, wasn't it? We stood up and rehearsed it, and we kind of did it on its feet, and that I think helped. The audience kind of laughed, and that was good, because it kind of just to have the actual sound of laughter in the room, I think, was important. Even though so ultimately we had in our minds that it would be very a single camera, not like an audience thing, but because the performance you give when you're in front of people is different to that. But so that was a great start. But then we had to write the rest of it, and we didn't really know where it was going to go in the first series until episode 3. But by 3 we knew all the plot points, but it was hard to get there.
When you went back for series 2 to get that recommissioned,
yes.
Was the Halloween special, was that your idea, or did the BBC say, make us a Halloween special and do series 2?
They said, I've already answered this. So I'll answer again if you like. They all want to themselves. Yes, what happened was, they said, they suggested, do you want a Halloween special? I've said this already.
No, you don't.
All right, good.
Say again.
No, let me first.
Oh, well. I really liked it. It also reminds me of the League of Gentlemen Christmas special as well, which was also Paul Mantel, which had the short stories in as well. Which I've told you before, I still play every Christmas. Every Christmas I put the League of Gentlemen Christmas special on, which is frankly what I think the BBC should do.
Absolutely, yes. So do I.
And that went well. And so this is a kind of,
Yeah, I mean, it so lends itself to, when you have these characters, and we thought, we did toy with we had a terrible other linking device, which was these 3 young people breaking into Ravenhill hospitals to a seance and contacting the spirit of Eileen Atkins' character. And Steve's convinced he can write, I can tell you this because he's in Benidorm. Convinced he can write you speak. And it's the most brilliant. It's horrible.
You love it, Daniel.
Yeah, painful to listen to. Rewriting this utter shit. It's what you write. Yeah, you didn't even ask you.
You actually did ask.
Yeah, so will you write this? Come and write this young person speak. Oh yeah. Awful. I said, we can't do it, Steve, we really can't. We spent like 2 weeks on it, writing this linking device with 3 characters. And you have to dare to think, I know we spent time, but this is terrible, I really don't want to be, this can't be the linking device, we can't do it. But happily, he finally believed me, and we threw it all away, and we wrote the thing of the young Drew. We had Drew as a character from our websites, because we do all this online stuff as well for these shows. And so then we thought, actually, that's good, because then we can bring Eileen back into it, and Kenchington is a character that, if you follow it, you know, it's to do with Psychodor. This was 3 random people that were nothing to do with anything. Random, that's a youth speak word. And so I just was really pleased that went away. But yeah, so it's a long process.
The online stuff is great. A lot of the material on the website in the first series was as good as the material in the TV show. You've done online for this. There's the viral that's been.
Yeah, we did like a ring style thing for this, which has gone out for people to look at. And yeah, and the second series has got a whole new web experience.
Let's talk a little bit about the second series and what you can actually tell us. We've obviously seen a little bit there, Matt. How much can you tell us about Series 2? How much will
This will be interesting.
Yeah. We'll jump in if you go too far.
It's really hard to talk about.
Much, if you open your mouth. And
Can you tell us who some of the new characters are?
Yes. Begrudgingly. Well, we've got a new character that Steve plays called It's Great It's Finally Playing a Woman Again. He didn't play a woman in Psycho, which is amazing to me. So he's got this new character called Hattie, who's a makeup artist, not necessarily the BBC, but she works as a makeup in TV and film. And she is played by Steve Pemberton. You'll love it when you see it. It's such a great, it's shades of certain restaff officers. But I won't like you saying that because he's got stretched his acting muscles, he's very good. But he's got this friend, this gay friend, who comes and tells him would he marry his boyfriend who was going to be deported because his visa has run out, and she's overwhelmed at the thought of having to do this, and then she does it out of a kindness, and then things turn to start to be a bit horrible because she doesn't want to relinquish the role. So yes, that's one of the new characters, and that's got a great ongoing story, and this gets worse and worse in the way that our things do.
Have you seen it? Have you seen any of it?
I saw a bit. I was in a Twain trailer, and there was a DVD there, and I was like, the rushes. So I saw a bit. I saw Hattie.
That's not like a potential security breach.
Well, there's going to be gas emitted suddenly in the world. Happy Halloween.
I'm right thinking, Justin, about it. It's finished, isn't it? It's edited, it's done.
Yeah.
How does it compare to the first series?
It's funnier.
It's better. It's better.
It's better, yeah.
Yeah, because you only get 6. We only had 7 bites of the show before. We've got more experience with these characters, and then more. We enjoy them more, and I think that translates in every bit of what we do. Every single bit.
But also, as far as the plot goes, there's a freedom that comes now, having established the characters. Obviously, new characters come in, but because everybody knows that whenever another character is introduced, assuming on the assumption they're a key character, which becomes clear quite quickly, then you know that they will have something to do with the plot. So you're already onto the kind of mechanics of it, but then what Lisa and Steve do so well with the writing is just to kind of thwart those expectations and undermine and subvert and twist, but at least you're along for the journey. Once you're there, the through line, the narrative through line is actually very clear from the get-go, very clear. So I think with that comes a certain freedom and a certain joy. Yeah, not that one.
Watching that race, I'm always struck by the sort of the balance there between comedy and horror. So you have scenes that are weird and unsettling, and then you puncture it with a joke, and you have other scenes that I think you do simply want to frighten people.
Yeah, I think that's right. We do try to. It's never really parody what we do, and there's lots of references, and I think you can see things in it and think, oh, they've got that from ... But it's not. We're not trying to spoof it. It's not like the scary movie films type of humour. I think. So when we try to be scary, we do just genuinely try to do it. And we looked a lot at the Ring films and Japanese horror for Mr. Lomax's stories. They do creepy so well.